Hi, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have my second check-in for my currently reading project that I'm doing all through the month of January, trying to get some of the multiple books off of my currently reading list. And this is my week 2 wrap-up and my week 3 TBR for the books for my currently reading project, as well as other books that I have tried to get to this week. So, for the currently reading project, I picked 1 ebook and 2 physical books to read throughout the week, and my ebook for the week was Her Body and Other Parties by Carmen Machado. I started the week with 237 pages left in that book, and I only have 143 pages left now, which means I managed to read 94 pages from this collection of short stories. What I can say about this collection of short stories is that the stories are very unique in the way that they are told, and they are very feminist. I like the idea of these stories. I do like some parts of each of the stories I've read, but it seems that the unique nature of the stories, the weirdness of some of the stories, is not to my liking. They're not quite working for me. They're not perfect for me. I do like them, but this isn't like the standout collection I was hoping it was going to be. I also picked out The Vampire Lestat by Anne Rice. I started off the week with 330 pages, and I now have only 230 pages, which means that I read 100 pages from this book, the second book in the Vampire Chronicles, and it has re-established my desire to continue on with this Vampire Chronicles series. The 100 pages I read this week were really, really good. And Vampire Lestat is a very interesting character to learn more about, to say the least. I do highly recommend this series. It is very, very good if you like the vampire fiction genre. And then the last book that I picked to read this week was The Stand by Stephen King. I had 178 pages left in this book, and I finished it. I read the most out of this book because I wanted to make sure that I finished it since I had so few pages left. So yes, I finished those 178 pages. I've been reading this since March of 2020, so I'm happy to get this one off of my currently reading list. And my currently reading project is now a success because I have a book off of my currently reading. I'm very happy about that. So The Stand by Stephen King is a story about a flu pandemic that is super deadly, and almost all of Earth's humanity dies from this flu. And I really love the beginning of this book about the flu spreading and, you know, the chaos and disaster and the weird situations people have to survive through. If you happen to be one of those few survivors. And the middle part of this book, when everybody is just on their own, walking, traveling, feeling called to these areas, was not the best for me. It kind of dragged. Took me forever to get through it, obviously. But the last 300 pages that I have read this month they were really good again. And things were finally happening, and it was getting towards the final conclusion of what was going to happen between these two groups of survivors. And yeah, the ending was a lot of fun to read. So I think this huge book could have been quite a bit shorter and still told the same story. There's also a lot of racist, sexist, ableist bits in this book that probably were not wholly necessary, other than just showing how bad some of the characters were. And do we really need that? I don't know. Anyway, I thought when I started this book that it would be my favorite Stephen King. That is not the case, just because of that draggy middle part. But I did give this book 4 stars. I did really enjoy it a lot. I do love an apocalyptic story, so it was right up my alley. I also completed another book this week that was on top of my currently reading project, and that was The Appeal by Janice Hallett, which was an arc that will be releasing this month on the 25th. And I will have a full review for The Appeal coming on Thursday. But I will say that this was a fantastic mystery book. I was hooked right from the beginning. I gave it 5 stars. It is told, I don't know if it's called epistolary or mixed media, but it's mostly told in emails and texts that a lawyer that's working on an appeal and his law students working under him are going through all the evidence, trying to figure out different possibilities of what could have happened in this crime that has happened. And I will have more on why this book is so fantastic in my full review coming this Thursday. So now on to my TBR for the week. Week 3, I have 1 less book to choose from in physical books. So I have 4 ebooks and 4 physical books left. I will be only picking 1 ebook again. See what I pick. I have no idea. Let me see. What is this? It's a new one. Oh, these are physical books. Okay. This, I picked The Lies of Locke Lamora. This is a newly added book to my currently reading. I started it in December. I have 359 pages left of this book. It is a heist book. It follows a band of thieves, and it's really good so far, so I'm looking forward to see where the story goes. And one more is another new one, Let the Right One In. I have 275 pages of this vampire novel, so I look forward to reading more from that. This is really good so far too. So I'll be working on fantasy and horror. Lies of Locke Lamora, Let the Right One In. Looking forward to those. And then my ebook is okay, I'm gonna continue on with Her Body and Other Parties by Carmen Maria Machado. I have 143 pages left of this one, so I'm pretty sure I could finish it in week 3. So that'll be good to get another book off of my currently reading. So it looks like, I'm really bad at math here, but 359 pages of Locke, Lamora, 275. Let the right one in. 2, 5, and then 143. 6, 7. About 775 pages in these 3 books. I will only be reading about 350 pages of them. So I'm gonna really try hard to finish Her Body and Other Parties this week. I forgot to say, my total pages for my currently reading project this week were 272 pages. So I went over my 350 page goal by a bit, which I'm happy about. And that brings my whole month total to 726 pages from my currently reading backlist, which I am very happy about. There are a couple of books that I will be focusing on other than my currently reading project this week. The first one is I am going to continue listening to The Forgetting Moon by Brian Lee Durfee. And this is a buddy read with Ian from BNB Books and Scott from the Bookish Bryants. I'm pretty sure they both have finished the book already, but I'm going a lot slower. But I think I can finish it this week. We shall see. And I'm also going to start a new ARC ebook, which is one I'm very excited about, Age of Ash, which is book 1 of the Kithamar series. And this book is by Daniel Abraham, and it will be released February 15th. So, but it is a very long fantasy stories, so I want to get a head start on that one. So that is everything that I read and will be reading coming up. Let me know anything you want me to know about these books. What did you think of them? Are you excited about any of them? And I'll be back very soon with another book-related video. Thanks.